Hello everybody. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to join and then I'll get started. Drink my coffee. Everybody needs a filter, yeah. Okay. Alright. This is going to be a live tarot reading, basically. Hello, Cheyenne. I'm going to be pulling a couple of cards for you guys. That way you can get a little guidance today. And I have a special little surprise at the end, because if you guys follow my channel, if you guys have ever gotten a reading by me before, you know that majority of my work is in past lives. So one of y'all is going to get a card from my past life deck. What? Yeah, Queen. Past life. So we'll do that towards the end. Hopefully we get a couple more people. Otherwise, it's you, Cheyenne. It's all you, girl. All right, so let's see what I have. The what are these? Threads of Fate tarot card deck, the Weaver Tarot. It's a super beautiful deck. It's a little hard to see because it's like super light, and then you have like the gold inlay, which is gorgeous, so gorgeous. However, it makes it a little bit challenging to see. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what the universe has to say. Oh, there's Constellation Kid by Nicole. Hello, my love. How are you? I'm doing a live tarot reading today, my friend. So I got my deck out. I got two decks out. So I was just telling Cheyenne here, who's also here, I'm going to be pulling some cards for you guys. And at the end, one of you guys is going to get a past life card read today. So I'm going to try and squeeze that in. Now, if you don't want that, you just let me know. Or I could just pull it, and then whoever feels like, you know, they don't want to volunteer, but it's for them, I mean, whatever. Take it or leave it. I can just pick for you if you wish. Just anyway, let's see. Somebody's here telling me how to do this right now. Okay, so this top one, I feel, no, the middle. Okay, the top one is for Nicole. The middle one is for Cheyenne. Okay, so Cheyenne, you were here first. 5 of Wands reversed. So Wands is indicative of your sacral and your solar plexus. So that's your seat of balance between the feminine and the masculine. The sacral being your feminine space, your sacral being your feminine space, your solar being your masculine space. So it is all about the balance between your inner creation and your outward creation, that doing versus being energetic. Hi, RL. Hi, I'm doing a live tarot reading today, so I'm just pulled a card for Cheyenne, 5 of Wands. So this card represents frustration, competition, and conflict. Now, as it's reversed, it has a little bit of a different meaning. So the reversed can mean that the competition has taken a darker turn and is now no longer beneficial. So while we can become attached to the outcome or winning, it is important to distance yourself while you still can. And this is a great season for it. Scorpio season is the time of letting go of things that no longer serve you. So this is a great card to help you remember that if something isn't going right in your life, feel free to let it go. It's okay. It's okay to let go. It can also mean that you have a pattern of avoiding conflict that needs to be addressed. And I feel like this might be a little bit on the head. I could be wrong, but we'll see. When we repress, we are writing a recipe for a blow up. That's right, because if you hold it all inside, eventually it's got to come out, right? So while it can be scary, learning healthy confrontation and learning how to proactively put up boundaries is necessary and life-changing. All right, Cheyenne, so that one's for you, my love. You let me know if that resonates or not. If not, that's totally fine. It's day one. Okay, Nicole, I have one for you, okay? So this one is the Ruler of Cups. And like I was telling you, it's a little bit hard to see, but it's a really super beautiful card. Now, Cups represents your emotionality, all of your heart space energy, the giving and receiving of love, how you process things emotionally, okay? So let's take a peek at what the Ruler of Cups has to say about that. Now, I still have to read from the guidebook for these because there, as you can see with these cards, there is so much detail, right? There's like an eye right there, and there's some crystals and a star and a cup and so much. Like I can't do all the things. Like I gotta read it so that way you get all the delicious details. Okay, good. I'm so glad that it resonates with you. Good. Hooray, I've still got it. Okay, so the Ruler of Cups represents balance, compassion, and kindness. Let's see. I want to let you in. Yes. Okay. Oh, then hello. Welcome to my channel, my dear. Okay, so the Ruler of Cups represents balance, compassion, and kindness. Hello. How are you? She didn't want to actually be in it. That's okay. So the Ruler of Cups indicates a beautiful balance between the heart and the head, which I really feel like this is something that's really important. And like, I feel like this is really you right now, Nicole. Truly, I feel like this balance between the heart and the head is something that you're not only seeking, but you're actually like receiving pretty powerfully right now. Hi, Rosalind. Thank you for being here. So anyhow, being able to easily flow between feelings and logic is a testament to maturity. It is also a sign of a wonderful leader. Being able to implement structure to accomplish a goal is great, but often people are simply inspired by their presence. And I feel like that is 100% you, Nicole. Seriously. Being able to implement structure and accomplish goals is great, but often people are simply, oh, I already said that. The Ruler of Cups makes others feel seen and respected and in turn receive respect. The Ruler of Cups asks you to meet your situation in an unbiased way, examine it from all sides and not in an overly emotional space. It also reminds you that staying detached from external distractions and drama is important. Keep yourself above it. Ooh, are you all feeling that one right now? Because I sure as shit feeling that one right now. that one's a good one. That one's a good one. Nicole, you got yourself a good one. Okay, so let's pull another couple, shall we? I feel like there's Rosalind on there. I don't know if RL is still here, but let's see. Shall we pull one for Miss Rosalind today? Does that feel good to you, my friend? All right, so let's see. And just so you know, at the end of this, you guys, I'm going to be pulling a past life card. So if you stick around and if you feel like you're ready for that, I'll pull it for you. Okay? Oh, yes. Okay, Rosalind. Let's see what they got for you today, okay? Oh, yeah. Grandma is here. She is delightful. All right, you ready? Here we go. Ooh, look at all them cups. 8 of Cups. Let's talk about that, shall we? Okay. 8 of Cups. As we know, we just said, cups represent your emotionality, your giving and receiving of love. So the 8 of Cups represents abandonment and walking away, but as you can see, it was upside down. Oh yeah, she's always around. While the 8 of Cups upright tells of decisive action, of walking away towards personal fulfillment and the unknown, the 8 of Cups reversed is filled with confusion. You may feel stuck, continuing to remind yourself of the wonderful things you have and blaming yourself for being unsatisfied. But most likely, this is the fear of the unknown talking. Pulling this card reversed is a call out. Stop playing mental tennis and trying to convince yourself of things you know are not true. Take the plunge, cut the cord, move on, however it looks. Trying to stay and pretend your gut is not telling you to go is just creating a powerlessness within you. Time to claim your power. And you know what's funny? I kind of feel like this is more along the lines of the emotional tennis and not so much of like, because I feel like for you, Rosalind, you are a particularly powerful woman, and being able to kind of cut ties might feel a little bit weird just because I feel like you're a healer. You want to connect and be with people and help them understand what their energy is. But I feel like you're very very good about understanding when energy is serving you and when it's not serving you any longer. So I feel like with this, it's more of like, sometimes you can get like, well, should I not? Should I not? And I feel like this is telling you, you know exactly what you need to do. And I kind of hate getting those cards because it's sort of like, but wait, I'm still kind of confused about what I should do. But it's really more along the lines of like, where does this space tell you you need to go? Your gut space is telling you where to move forward and where to let go of certain things that maybe aren't helping you progress towards what it is that you're needing right now. Hope that was so helpful. Maybe we shall see. Okay, so I want to do one more card, and this is like for whoever needs it. This could be for a collective. This could be for just you guys that are here right now. It could be for so many things. But I figure one more card, and then I will get into the past life cards. So let's see how this goes. All right. Alrighty. All right. Here we go. All right. The Hanged One. Now I'm telling you this. This is like my card all the time, the Hanged One, because this represents my twin flame. So I have a personal connection to that one, but usually this card means pause for a minute, okay? Take a beat. But let's see what my little guidebook has to say here. And whenever it comes to the major arcana cards, it always takes me a minute to find it because there's not as many, and it's not in like, yeah, it's just not in any order that I understand. So it takes me a second. So the Hanged One represents let go and surrender. I feel like that's a theme for this reading right now. I feel like a lot of it is like, let go, let it all go. Again, Scorpio season, it's all about letting go. So the reverse of this, because as you can see, it came upside down. So those who refuse to pause and relax when needed are often handed a big time out from the universe. This typically feels harsher than simply taking a break. A good example is running yourself ragged. Oh my God, because you are trying to make more money and then all of a sudden getting an infection that turns chronic, forcing you to take off for an extended period of time. In the Western world, this is a sense of pride, or there is a sense of pride in ignoring your needs for the sake of progress, but it isn't smart and it will hit you. So give yourself permission now. Now, I feel like this is 100% true for a lot of people right now. It's okay to say, hey, I need a minute. I need to process what's going on here. I need to take a step back and kind of get an idea of what is going to be the best option for me at this time. Instead of saying, okay, keep going. Got to get yourself up, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and go out about your day. Keep going. Sometimes it really, right? Same, girl, same. It is true. You need to be able to take a beat and really think about it, about what it is that you need. Otherwise, if you ignore everything that you need, you're going to end up in a place where the universe goes, well, now you're out. You know what I mean? In a sense where you're going to get sick, you're going to injure yourself to a point where you are forced to now look at the situation. And I feel like everybody's gotten to that point at some point in their lives where they've gotten too involved in what they're doing, and then they end up like needing to take a step back. And they were forced to in some way, shape, or form. And it can be really humbling and really, really hard, especially if that is your energetic, is go, 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 instead of like, wait a minute, let's take a minute here. I'm going to take a step back and observe everything so that you can see the forest for the trees, as opposed to just everything that's, and like forward thinking and like kind of perseverating in your anxiety. So take a break. Take a break, look at everything. Find out what you need. Do you need to meditate? Do you need to exercise? Do you need to eat better? A lot of times you just need to meditate. Am I right, Rosalind? Like a lot of times you just need to sit down, relax, and meditate and figure out what it is that your higher self is asking you to do and how to move forward. Okay? All right. Let's go to the fun, even more fun stuff, right? So that was more of like a collective one, and I kind of feel like that resonates with probably quite a few people. Because I feel like we're all in a place of like, let's let's go, let's do this, let's make it happen, do all the things, make the money and all the stuff. And then you forget, oh, wait, I need to actually like check in with myself and see what it is that I'm needing and what my body and my soul is requesting in this time. And usually it's, step out in nature, meditate, do something for yourself that feels good. So that way you can move forward with a little bit more meaning and you can take a breath and breathe easier, that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull one of these cards. This is my past life card. I don't know who this is going to be for. So if this resonates with you, speak up. Because I've got two people on here. And I think it's just Nicole and Rosalind, but we shall see. Okay. Funny enough, I really do feel like I have both of your guiding people here, like chattering in my ear. And I feel like there's one card that represents both of you. And then these two are just, so, all right. So this is the first one. Okay. So the thing that is coming to me is a pattern between two people, sort of like a twin flame type of relationship. Now, the first lifetime that's coming through for me in this is I see this person as a woman in this lifetime, and it's early 1700s. I feel like this is in a French area, and what she's doing is she's tending to her garden. And I feel like that's something that was her first love. She genuinely loved being in that garden space, tending to her garden, and it made her feel very grounded. And I feel like what happened is I feel like it was one of those things that she was going about her day, and like you were very, very young at this time frame. So like in your early teens, and your mother was showing you how to do the gardening and how to, do all the things. And I feel like there was an introduction of a new person in your life, almost like a neighbor or something. And they came by with this kid that was similar in your age. And it was like you recognized him, even though you'd never met him before. And it wasn't like an instant attraction. You were just kind of like, I want to play with that kid. He looks like he's a lot of fun, and in some kind of way it made you a little nervous because you weren't entirely sure what all that meant. And so you you sort of like kept to yourself and stayed quiet because, you didn't really understand all those emotions. And so you had that introduction of this family, and I feel like they became like, they were very close by. And so it was almost like you started out in your early teens and you met this young man, and I feel like you guys became fast friends and very, very close. And so there was something with the garden though that was very, very important. I feel like maybe he either you let him into your garden, but at first you were very protective over it. And so it was like, this is your space. And so it took a couple of years before you could let him into your garden, and so that you could talk to him about that. And so, and I remember one day I'm seeing him bring you flowers from where his house was. And that was when you knew that you might be falling for him. So I feel like this was the beginning of like a pattern that was created. And I feel like there have been past lifetimes where you have come in contact with him, but this is the most important one to understand, because this maybe is like a similarity in some way, shape, or form in this lifetime. Like perhaps there was some sort of similar circumstances where you guys met, and I'd like, where you're at, and you let him into this sacred space. Sorry about that. I feel genuinely, I kind of feel like this one is you, Rosalind, but we'll see. Um, but this is like this one feels like a very big pattern, and it's a very good pattern. It's not like, oh, it's a karmic-y like thing, you need to learn a lesson. This is like this is a good pattern of like twin flame soulmate type energy where there's a lot of really powerful heart receiving giving energy. So that was a lifetime that needs to be understood. It's very, very short, but just this is all we got. This is the time. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the second one. If you have any more questions about this card, let me know. Okay, so this one, transportation. Okay, so this one is very, very interesting because I feel like this isn't just one lifetime, although there is one that is coming to mind that's very prominent. But I feel like this began in a plane. And I kind of feel like this was not super, super old, but old enough to where, I'm seeing like a lot of older clothing and that sort of thing. And planes, that was, I wonder where planes made. 1800s, I think. Oh, sorry, I'm not super great at that. But either way, I feel like this lifetime you were a man and you had a daughter. And it was really important for you to help her realize that she is just as smart and just as, powerful as men are, even though there was a lot of like standard behind women's, place and all that sort of thing back in those days. But I feel like you were a pilot in this lifetime. And I feel like that was something that you did in the military for a short period of time and you got injured. And then you had to come back and you were able to come back home. I feel like there was a war that you went to, but the injury did not occur in battle. It was sort of like, you broke your leg, like doing some sort of like not an exercise on the ground, but like an air exercise or something. And I can't remember what, like you had to eject from the plane, but somehow it like that's what's coming through is you were able to like figure out how to stay like okay, but you got injured, you broke your leg or whatever. There was some sort of activity. I almost feel like it was sort of like you were getting out of the plane and you fell and you broke your leg. Like that's what's it doesn't seem like, oh, it's so grandiose, but at the same time, like, shit happens, like whatever. So that sort of ended the military career. So when you came home, it was sort of a relief in a way because you really wanted to be home. And what you ended up doing was you ended up utilizing your knowledge with flying planes to transport other people and then also to help with, the crop dusting type thing to help with like insecticides and stuff. I think that you were doing that. And I feel like you taught your daughter, she was like your co-pilot, that sort of thing. So, that was a lifetime that's coming through. And I feel like that is something that's very indicative of this lifetime also is this passage of information and the empowerment piece. And then I also feel like there is a ship element. So I feel like you were either a captain of like a pretty large ship that was like really old, like late 1600s, early 1700s. And I feel like there was a lot of like trade involved. And I want to say that in this lifetime, you were able to meet a whole lot of new people and see a whole lot of new places and things. And that is very much a part of who you are, is this desire to travel and this desire to see new things and experience new cultures and to, funny enough, try new foods. Like that was something that was really interesting, is like being able to experience not only the culture and the new people, but also like their food. Like that was like a really big draw to you because it was interesting coming from where you came from, which I feel was like Italy, England area. And then you came over to like different areas. Like I want to say there was a time that you went to Africa, and then there was another time that you landed in like a Canadian area, and it was very different in both of those areas, and just experiencing the different foods and the different like ways of life was super, super interesting for you. So I feel like transportation in and of itself is something that is like a powerful draw to you because you did it in a past life and it was something that brought you a lot of enjoyment because you were experiencing this new cultures and new things. And I also feel like in this lifetime you were also a male. I don't know if this is for either of you, but anyway, so yeah, that's what's coming through with this one, which I thought was really interesting. So this one, I felt like this one is for both of them. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So can you guys see that? Persecution and Inquisition. How does that one feel for you guys right now? So here's the thing is with this card, this usually means to me that there is some sort of lifetime that you've had where you have been accused of heresy or imprisoned for heresy, and you were either put to death or you died in prison. Genuinely, I feel like both things have happened. Yeah. And I feel like both times has fueled a lot of the frustration that may be current in this lifetime, because and this may bring about a lot of friction when it comes to people telling you how you need to believe. I mean that's frustrating in general, but it's a deeper frustration. It's not just a surface frustration. Yes, it's exactly like that. It's like being boxed in to your own individuality, people telling you you can only be this, but there's so much more. And in those lifetimes where you expressed who you were and you were actually living in your truth and expressing who you were in a very powerful and meaningful way, and you were deeply connected to your higher self and your creator, people didn't understand that, and so you were ostracized. So I see you, because that was one of my lifetimes too, many of them actually. So this card is I love it and I hate it all at the same time. Yes, I feel like I'm healing that one too. I feel like that's one of those things that is constantly being triggered. That wound of persecution, that wound of feeling like you're kind of being put on the spot and people are judging you for how you believe and how you feel, even though this is a very personal truth for yourself. So yeah, that wound takes some time. But understand that there's more than just the surface. It's not just you being frustrated and angry about, people not understanding about who you are. And instead of loving you through it, they judge you through it. That's a gnarly wound to heal. And I'm right there with you guys. Trust me, it's not fun. And we're going to do it together. Okay, so that pretty much covers it, you guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but yeah, I hope you guys liked. I just decided I was going to do this today on a whim because that's how my brain goes, calling it tarot time. So anyway, I will do this again next week. I'll pull some cards for you guys, and then I'll do at the last couple of minutes, we'll do some past life cards and see what you guys think. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me be in your space and read your energy a little bit. And I look forward to doing it again real soon. Love you guys.